Lil Baby just dropped the album.
Nigga.
Lil Baby just dropped the album. It's called "It's Only Me." Yeah, have you listened?
I'm not gonna say I gave it a full spin, but we about halfway through it right now. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I don't know, like, look, in my opinion, like as an artist, Lil Baby is just like one of the like best rappers to do it so far. You know, um, I I like some songs on the album. I can't say it's like too far off, you know, Lil
Right.
Baby flavor. I can't. I don't know. I do feel like I've heard better albums overall this year. I will say that. But as far as like Lil Baby doing what Lil Baby the fuck does, like I'm with it. I'm slapping the shit. You know,
Right.
we gonna keep spinning.
Right. Um, I'm 97% through the album. Two tracks that I haven't given like a complete listen to, but I'm gonna say it like this after thinking about it. As far as consistency, Lil Baby has that. Lil Baby has his consistency. What I would like to see, I'm not gonna ride the bandwagon. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite Lil Baby project because it's not. Um, am I gonna play it? Absolutely. It has about like 4 or 5 songs that I love. I'm gonna put on repeat for a while. But what I'm looking for from Little Baby is like I want to see Lil Baby elevate. And what I mean by that is just I want to see him like come more into his artistry, which he as he's grown like from where he started, he definitely has, but I want to see him do things like that hasn't been done yet. I really like the way we talk about him. Like I want him to walk into them shoes. Like I want him, people are comparing him to the next Drake, and if that's the case, like I want him to, start bringing on these new artists, start, putting people on, start, finding new waves, new sounds, and so, his message. You said this, and I totally agree. He definitely does a great job of, storytelling and sharing his message. But I'm looking for that little with the artistry. The perfect example of what direction I would love to see him go go in is that song with Friday. Let me look up the actual title. Is it called Forever?
Forever, yeah.
It's called Forever, right? Yeah, it's
No,
called
I felt
Forever.
the same way. Is that like
It's called Forever.
that's probably the most
I love
artistic
it.
song I've heard.
That's
from
probably
Lil
my
Baby.
favorite song off that album, and I would love to see. I don't want I'm not saying for Lil Baby to give us a project full of songs like that, but just whatever. It's like the 2 songs before that and the song after, whatever he was on when he made that song, those songs. I would love to see him carry that throughout. The next couple projects we get from him. I just really want to see something different. He definitely delivers like he normally does, as far as like performing the songs and giving it to us. But like, I just want to see a little bit more. And I know he has it in him, but I'm not just gonna ride the wave and be like, this was the best Lil Baby project ever. It was a good project.
Nah, I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
I still don't think we've seen the best Lil Baby project
I don't think so either.
I feel like we have
I don't
seen
think
him
so either.
become a better rapper from
for
project
sure.
to project.
For sure.
He's definitely like he's a rapper's rapper, and I feel like he has taken a story to allude to what you were saying that I've said before. He's taken a story that's not really supposed to be relatable.
Right.
A story that most of America would not be able to relate to. And he's made it super relatable to the masses in pop culture. And he tells that story very well, and he makes that story like he makes his everyday life just sound cool as shit.
Right.
And I think it's very Lil Wayne-esque. But I will say, the same thing. If you look at the Carter 1, the Carter 2, the Carter 3, there was such great levels of elevation in there between each project. I mean, and yeah, Lil Wayne put out a lot of like mixtapes and shit in between, but like still like that's I get what you're saying. That's the elevation you would like to see from Lil Baby, and I
just don't want to see him get stagnant.
Making those strides, like it's gonna be crazy.
And I think everything he's been involved with, everything he's accomplished so far, I think he will hone into that more. I don't know how long this project's been in the works, but I feel like once he gets all this feedback and just see how it is. And I just feeling, I've seen Lil Baby live twice. Just knowing, feeling like I know the type of artist he is, like I think we can expect something like,
Yeah. No,
totally crazy in the
I
future.
definitely
So,
do too. Cause
but
that's
I'm gonna slap this album though. I will say that, like, yeah, this is we got some bangers on here. So don't get it twisted. I don't think this is an L at all. I want to talk about projected sales for this. I don't know if you too much into the numbers. But I am, and so my prediction for first week sales is 200K to 215, somewhere around there. First week sales. Yeah.
I'm not a big numbers dude. I would say it's probably not gonna be my turn in that perspective.
Okay.
I don't think so. Just because like where culture is right now and the
Let's
sound.
look that up. Let's look that up real quick. Let's look up what the my turn first week sales were, cause we're gonna have to reference this when they come out.
Well, I say
So
that
my
because I'm thinking
turn.
like my turn. That shit dropped during the pandemic when niggas was at home
Oh
spinning
yeah.
and spinning and
Oh
spinning.
yeah. No, but when the numbers come out, I just want to see like who was like closer on that head.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay. So it said. Let me see. Let me make sure this is right. My turn. So it had 197K first week.
Okay.
So okay, We'll give you that number. So
Okay.
197K, which is you can round up to 200K. So I feel like we're in that.
Yeah.
It'll
Okay.
be around the same. So yeah, we'll see. We'll put something up on the Instagram. If you're not following us, make sure you go ahead and follow us. The link will be on the screen right now. Right now, go follow us. Cause yeah, we finna get active on there. Um, yeah, so let's go to. I don't know if you knew this, or if you caught it because they were real quick shots, in two of the tracks. Yeah, we had some academics this up in there.
I didn't catch it. Do you
Yeah,
you know what was
yeah. He
said? Shots
said so. He
fired.
was like, basically he was like, niggas like academics think they can't get touched. So I just wanted to get your opinion on that academics in general. We can have a little academics segment, but
That
yeah, he's basically
so
saying yeah.
I don't know. I kind of me and my sister we used to talk about things like this all the time. And one
Mm-hmm.
time, like I said that I said that I don't think Dirk could get touched at this point in the game. Like I think he moves smart enough to where he can't get touched. And she
Mm-hmm.
reminded me that anyone can get touched for enough money. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And
Big
Lil
time.
Baby is a nigga with enough money to call those kind of shots no matter what. I
Big
mean,
time.
obviously we don't want to say this nigga connected. We don't want anybody going down that route,
Yeah,
especially
we
an
don't want a
icon
Rico.
of the culture.
We don't want a Rico.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
too many rumors
not
of that.
that.
We don't want a
But
Rico.
but we is already well known, well documented that like Lil Baby is in contact with niggas who could get it done. I'm sure,
Right.
and anybody could be touched for enough
Right.
money.
But so to follow that up, I asked this question, right? So I'm sure people know what academics is. If you don't, media personality, streamer, reports on what's going on in hip hop, came to fame from the War on Chirac series. My follow up question is, do you think that words should equal getting touched? And I want to clarify on that. I think we all can agree, so we just need to go ahead and put this on the table. I think we all can agree. If you're coming from my family, you're coming from my loved ones, you're liable to get touched. But outside of that, do you think words equal violence?
Nah, never. Like, oh, I mean, I was My family come from Arkansas, Mississippi. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was raised by people who done been out there marching with Martin Luther King, been out there protesting with
Right.
Malcolm X. Like, so coming from that and knowing
Right.
that's what my people came from, like, there's no way I could ever
Right.
say like you disrespecting me is gonna result in me trying to take your life. And I don't think that should be the case. And naturally, like us, if we talk about our culture, black culture, like people with pigment, like we are peaceful people. We were bred to get along and feed the earth, not
Well, we
fucking
had to. Like, you look at history, we had to be for each other.
right,
There was no
right. And that's
choice.
what I'm saying is like so I that's just not something I can believe in. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like you can sit on here fucking nigga in the comment and like that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I asked that question because, like, really, from what I've seen from academics, he only gets real disrespectful when people disrespect him first.
Right.
You know, and I feel like some of these artists, and he says it, and I agree, some of these artists really get in their feelings, you know? And I feel like,
Well, and it's I can see it's hard not to. It becomes because it becomes like you versus the academics army.
yeah, but I think it's what you choose, right? So, even like doing this show, like, we have to be prepared for any ignorant thing somebody could say to us.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have to develop thick skin. But when you put your life out there, people are entitled to their opinion. So if you think just because somebody's saying your album was a complete flop and you only sold this
Well,
many
see,
units,
and that's what I was gonna ask too. Is do
mm-hmm.
you know why he would even like diss academics
So
like
this is
that?
what was supposedly the origin of like the beef, right? And academics say he didn't even know that Lil Baby unfollowed him or blocked him. He was like, he looked for him to, he was talking about him for something. He went to find that he had blocked him. And so he was like, when he found out he blocked him, he was just basically like, oh, he's in his feelings. Like, you know, but basically, academics said, you know, these rappers, they don't have as much money as y'all think they do, you know? And he didn't say any names. He didn't name drop Lil Baby for sure. You know, I went and like tried to find in where academics was looking up to see if he had said his name specifically. But he was just saying like if you go and he was like this is public knowledge and people get so pissed, but it's like anybody can go on the internet and find this shit that the government makes you report on. So he's like going to look up rappers' cars and stuff, and like some of them saying leased or some of them saying pink slip or some, you know. And so you know rappers and it's like I said, part of the reason people don't like Charleston White, like rappers, they get in their feelings, you know. But he's like, these rappers will rap about, you know, I just bought, you know, a new Lambo or you know, 10 new chains.
Right.
Drop this, and they didn't. Like they simply did it. Like they
Well,
find, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like
I mean,
it's a flex.
it
You know what
is,
I'm saying?
and
And if the truth comes out, like
I think a lot of that has been exposed. You know,
right,
the closer indie artists get to obtaining those upper echelon goals without the deals and without this, I think it's starting to be realized. You
right.
know,
But people get mad at him for calling it out, and it's like for me, you know, and I don't think everything academic says is true or I agree with everything, but I will agree with anyone who has this perspective, right? Like everything is not black and white, and a lot of these mainstream celebrities be capping in this a lot more that goes into it than you think. And so they sell you this because part of it's their job. You know, that's what makes them desirable. I want a lifestyle that's different from my life of struggle now.
right?
So they get on these songs or in these films and they talking about everything they have from living this lifestyle. It's going to make you want to live this lifestyle when you support them, you know? But when people find out you're not living this lifestyle, you can't get mad at somebody for calling it out.
Right.
Like, you know, so that's my only
Oh,
situation.
no, I feel like you gotta own it. Like I feel
Right.
we done seen a lot of niggas like own that shit.
Right.
like Young Thug.
I like the ones who's
I don't watch a
yes.
lot of documentaries or interviews, I'll say, of Young Thug talking about how he used to make songs about shit he had never even touched before.
Yes.
And like he felt it was a
Yes.
manifestation.
And I
You know?
respect a artist or a creator or anybody who has wealth. I respect you more if you talked about how you fucked it up and then got it back, or fucked it up and is now recouping.
Right,
You
right.
know, I respect that so much more. And I feel like those are the people who was it? Who was it? Everybody was calling him. Oh, 42 Doug and Lil Baby. They had the song calling Jock broke. You know, and I watched Jock's Vlad series and he debunks it all, and he'll talk about, well, money wasn't always good here, but I got it back by doing this financial investment and this and that, and it all definitely does not come from rap. All that money, and then, I watch a lot of artists, who are considered one-hit wonder, talk about why they became a one-hit wonder. Sometimes we just think, oh, they ain't put out no music. They ain't put, it's
They
labels, they get in
blackballed
terrible,
for
and
dumb
they sign
reasons.
terrible deals because they just want to get to the bag. They want to get to the bag, and then they sign this deal, and they think, oh, they about to push me. They about to push me. And then you got this person
But it's
coming up
like,
after you who they like, oh, no, we think, we're going to go with him first,
yeah,
So,
facts.
so yeah.
And I mean, just to circle back, I think I kind of said it before, but Lil Baby is just a cool nigga. That could have been. I feel like that thought was just the thought he had. That's just a consistent feeling for him. Like, fuck academics, I don't fuck with that nigga.
Right.
And he just threw it in a song. I don't feel like it was like a major diss or nothing. I feel like it was just a.
And that's what he said, and that's why I'm like, it's always gonna be two sides. Well, really three sides to the story, But in this case, there's two. It's what he said and what he believes, and what he said and what he believes. Lil Baby was just saying, like, basically he was just sending a message to all the blogs. Because honestly, if I really would put it, I honestly think Shade Room is more detrimental than academics. Like, in my personal opinion, from what I see and what they post, I think Shade Room is more detrimental. Because at least academics will post positive stuff about artists too. Like, he even said, he don't fuck with Freddie Gibbs at all.
Yeah.
He don't fuck with Freddie Gibbs at all. He was like, damn. This nigga actually did a good job. Like, he said that. He was like, he actually, for him to be independent, he sold, I think, 23K units first week. He was like, dang, he sold a little bit too much for me, but he did his thing. And like, I don't know if but they got real beef, like, serious beef. So I even had to big up him on that. I'm like, I know how much you hate Freddie Gibbs for you to say he did some shit right, so.
I feel like the culture needs people like academics.
We do. We do, and we shit on them, though, but we do. Because academics is broke people.
I hate to compare that nigga to Charleston White, though. Like,
no, I just compare, like, that.
No, I
you know what I'm saying? That like that of what they talk. Yeah,
like that. Oh, he the bad guy. He gonna have a bad take. He gonna have a hot take for sure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like in that way, yeah, they're comparative, but
yeah,
I feel like
but
the same.
Yeah,
you can't hate on academics for calling it how you see it.
Right.
But he does represent what do you call it, an audience.
Right. And realistically, I'm gonna be so real, and this kind of my last point on academics. I feel like he represents more people than Lil Baby does. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Facts.
Like, for real. Nah, and we gotta be real about that, we gotta be real.
He really is just a normal nigga. He really is just a nigga who came up grinding.
Right, and so
is Lil Baby. But
right,
like I said a couple
percentage
minutes ago,
of people who really live that life.
Yeah, probably
percentage of people
2%.
Who just live in life.
Yep.
Yeah. So we need both of them people, and so that's what I really hope. And I watched his Breakfast Club interview, and it was really, it was well done. I feel like we gotta do a better job at merging, because we are under one umbrella. This is our culture. And our culture has different looks. Right. So we got to do a better job of merging. It couldn't have, maybe it wasn't a diss. Maybe he really was just trying to call out the blogs, but we also need these blogs. Blogs do a better job at supporting the artists, but also, don't hold back on your opinion. That's how I feel about it.